Have you ever thought about how much more people the globe can support? Is it even possible to feed such a big number of people? With a population of a little over 7.8 billion people, Earth already has a lot of mouths to feed. By 2050, the population will have surpassed 10 billion. As a result, we'll need a lot more food. However, there is some good news, and you will find out in today's video as we discuss how to feed 10 billion people sustainably by 2050. Without further ado, let's get started. By 2050, the world's population will have surpassed 10 billion people, resulting in a 56% increase in global food consumption. Both world hunger and climate change will worsen unless big changes are made to the way food is produced. In the next few years, countries will need to grow more food on less land, or else world hunger and the climate disaster will worsen. Food production, administration, and consumption must all be altered to reform the global food system. Demand for resource-intensive meals like red meat has recently outstripped the planet's ability to produce these commodities sustainably. If people throughout the globe consumed less meat and got more of their calories from crops, more calories could be farmed on the land currently set aside for agricultural production. Another option for reducing demand is to minimize food loss and waste, which we'll go over in further detail, because more than a quarter of all food is lost or squandered globally. So what can be done to feed the entire world by 2050? Stay with us till the very end and we'll let you know. Number 4. Halting food waste. Consider how many times you've put food in a Tupperware in the fridge that you didn't eat and then thrown away. Isn't this something we've all done? Food waste is a major issue in industrialized nations, with stores and people tossing out perfectly good meals. Take a look at how much food is thrown out each year on different continents. Garbage per capita in Europe and North America ranges from 95 to 115 kilograms per year. In sub-Saharan Africa and South and Southeast Asia, consumers throw away only 6 to 11 kilograms per year. If we conserve part of the food we waste away, we wouldn't need to manufacture 60% more food, so you'd better start eating your leftovers. If we could just minimize food waste and loss by 25%, we'd have enough food for about 500 million people every year. If you are wasting food, you probably throw out your veggies frequently. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, just 1 out of every 10 persons consumes enough fruits and vegetables. However, if you want to feed yourself and future generations, you must consume more veggies. We will provide more information on this topic soon, so stay tuned. Before we head to number 3, kindly subscribe to our channel and motivate us in bringing you awesome education content like this. Now back to the video. Number 3. Securing food. Planting various crops at different periods of the year allow farmers to raise more food on their property. By limiting the quantity of land cleared for use, farmers may be able to make more money, increase food security, and promote healthy surroundings. Farmers can also enhance irrigation systems to reduce their yearly water use. Agricultural uses account for over 70% of clean water. Water monitoring techniques can help farmers irrigate their crops more efficiently and at the proper times. What can be done for farmers in the developing world in terms of technology? Could they use the traditional agricultural system to increase harvest and food storage? Stay tuned for more. Furthermore, governments must rehabilitate ecosystems that have been ravaged by agriculture, particularly wetlands and forests. Agriculture is the primary cause of deforestation worldwide, which unfortunately hurts the food supply. Forests have an important role in regulating the temperature, water supplies, and pests. Droughts and desertification become increasingly widespread as forests disappear, making it more difficult to cultivate food and rear cattle. Another priority is the restoration of fish populations. For multitudes of people throughout the world, fish is a vital source of protein, and the amount of fish consumed each year will only rise as the world's population expands. Fish farms might help double annual output. Number 2. Eating plant-based foods. Cattle, sheep, and goat meat depletes natural resources. For rising populations to have access to meat, others will have to consume less. In various respects, a change to healthier, more sustainable diets will benefit human health and society. Eat plant-based foods now so that future generations will be able to consume meat. According to Richard Waite, an associate at World Resources Institute Food Program, we're not saying that everyone has to go vegan or vegetarian, but instead, moderating consumption of beef and shifting to more plant-based foods. Better diets will assist to minimize the strain on our natural resources and even address the global obesity epidemic. Even if there is enough food for everyone, hunger remains today. Even if agricultural productivity is increased by 60% in 2050, 300 million people would still go hungry owing to a lack of sufficient food availability. Hunger is mostly a problem of access. People who are malnourished are usually unable to cultivate enough food for themselves, or lack the financial means to purchase it. Number 1. Global intervention against hunger. While global intervention in the fight against hunger is critical, we must also engage forcefully at the local level, where the inhabitants do not shop in international marketplaces. Over 70% of the world lives in rural regions, and enhancing their living conditions would be a huge step in achieving worldwide food security. When considering how African farmers might secure food, we no longer have to limit ourselves to technology. When you look at a case study in Nigeria, the World Bank's attempt to tackle food scarcity due to drought through a project worth over $100 million failed. However, native agricultural practice known as TARSA was employed, and the crop thrives. It entails building dams and holes to catch rainwater and irrigate crops naturally. So wouldn't it be great if other African countries pursue this? We found this video to be educational, and we hope you did as well. We also hope that at the very least, you understand what has to be done to sustainably feed 10 billion people by 2050. If you have any other suggestions, please leave a comment. See you soon, and take care.